Welcome to Road America. Daf Sanchez in the bottom half of the standings. He's on pole from Minarq and Ray Shen. Meanwhile, Schmeicher is fourth from Matty Medvec and your boy. Hash Sheldon starts 7th from Dominic Hudson and Max Bortcar. And running out the top 10 is Devin Colby, who's just in front of last time out race winner Carson Thornburg, former pole sitter. Marino is 12th from Lopez and O'Quee. Then it's Cyril, Labarton and Nico Palomino, only 17th for the standings leader. Work Loco is 18th from Fong and Tommy. Then it's Gasly and Olsen. The excitement of the INDYCARs have returned for round 8 as all 5 lights go on here in Road America. The Grand Prix of Road America gets underway. Good start there from Minarq off the line. And in fact, I think he's in front of the Philippine number 72. Yes, he is, before they make it into the first turn. Minarq leads. Tommy has been given a 5-second time penalty. He's right amongst the pack. Gabriella Bogdan, the only man to start this race on the hard compound of tyres, but out in front it is the 25 of Minarq leading the pack from Sanchez and Medvec. On board we go with the 66, and oh, that's Nico Palomino! Palomino's in the wall! I don't believe it! Front wing damage! He was making some good moves through there, but oh dearie me, front wing damage. He's in front of his teammate now, if that's worth anything, is Nicolas Palomino, but that damage is going to slow him down for one. It's going to reduce his grip, but that time penalty is going to do so much worse, because it's going to kill his hopes of winning here in Road America, and he's been hit with a tank slapper. Didn't have the downforce going through there to take it at full speed as a rookie. These are the types of things that, unfortunately, you will have to learn the hard way. He's lucky to still be in this race after that hard of a hit. And he needs something like a full course caution right now. Don't think he'll get it. Although if it does happen, it'll probably be caused by him, so I don't think he wants it. He enters this race, mind you, with a massive buffer over Max Bortcar, who currently is only 9th. So either way, for Palomino, his lead in the championship will not be threatened by that honestly terrible race start, but it's still not great for him. Really great start though for Minarq. He currently leads the pack. Attack mode is online here in INDYCAR, heading down into turn number 3. Staying in front of Daf Sanchez in that 72 car. Andretti Green Racing definitely loving their time in a spotlight for now, being up in second, and not just this race but in the standings too. Bortcar is fighting with Bob Marino. Those two going side by side. They have to keep it clean for now. Hash Sheldon, the rookie from India, running up in 4th. Very good to see rookies running well this season. Him and Palomino definitely having some very standout performances in their rookie seasons. And as well as that, your boy, the Frenchman in the number 27. Very lovely man in the paddock as he now heads down the hill to start his final sector. But these soft tyres, look at that, they are already grinding up at the end of lap 2. My goodness, we knew that the tyre wear here in Road America was quite punishing. But with such a long lap, were we really surprised to see these tyres grain up so quickly? Medvec with the fastest lap at 1:33.166 as he goes down the inside on Daf Sanchez. Goes alongside with a multiple-time Formula E race winner. They remain side by side, but it's Medvec with attack mode heading down the straight into turn 3, who's currently in front. Sanchez will have the inside line though. That's the shorter way around the track, and in fact he will take the lead from second on lap 1 after losing the pole. He regains it in front of Minarq, who really just didn't have the pace without attack mode. That is how powerful just having that rear wing open up is. You get so much less drag. It's worth roughly about 10 kilometers per hour. However, that's 10 kilometers per hour enough to get past and make the move. So as you can see right there, Medvec tried to get the pass done on Sanchez, but has to hold position for now. Here are the two SH is I really hope that's not oh shoot, that is a bad abbreviation, isn't it? Oh well, we're gonna keep that in. Has Sheldon in front of Ray Shen. Ray Shen, known for having his initials being SHE, couldn't have that. Sheldon is also SHE, so it's either one of them has to go SHN, or they both go first letter of their first name, first 2 letters of their surname, and that's what they decided to go with. So now we've got RSH, Red Sonic Axe, for Ray Shen, and oh my goodness, we've got an influx of drivers into the pits. Hash Sheldon leads the pack, as Sanchez, Yu, Medvets, Ray Shen, Miwa Schmeicher, Hudson all into pit row with Bob Marino and Wek Loco as well. I think that's Lam Fong coming into the pits too, and Oiqui, he's had a terrible opening lap, gets sent back onto the track with the hard tyres. This is the strategy that Hyperdrive tried to win the race with the last time out, but just due to the fact that it rained at the very end of the race, just meant that they couldn't get it done. They needed some more time under the full course yellows if that were to even work out at all. But he's going to re-emerge at the very back of the pack. Sheldon leads from your boy and Max Sportcar, the Season 2 IndyCar champion, the only IndyCar champion, by the way, to stay in IndyCar for his entire ERL series career, so he will have no experience with the ERL O2s once the Race of Champions comes around. Shouldn't be a problem for him though. He is running a pretty good race out there, currently up in 3rd, yet to make his first stop. We do expect a lot of the drivers who stayed out on the last lap to come in on this lap. Sanchez has moved up into 8th position. He is flying on those mediums. On board we go with car 72, gets re-overtaken by Gabriel Barton by the disadvantage of having to go to the outside, but he is still about half a second in front of an RQ in that red and black Power Motorsports car. And there he goes alongside, and if he's lucky with the exit, there he is. He's back up into 8th position. Sheldon has come into the pits. We believe your boy and Bortcar also in. So that leaves who else but our man Cyril leading the pack. If it weren't for an RQ, he made the pass. An RQ made the pass. He's leading in front of Daf Sanchez. This is a bout between 2 former Formula E drivers. 2 Formula E drivers who debuted around the same time. It was Season 3 for Sanchez, Season 6 for an RQ, and for Sanchez, he was a runaway rookie, got some podiums driving for the App Schaeffler Audi Sport team. For an RQ, he was driving for the 3rd reincarnation of the Renault Sport team. Really not a good look for that team at any point in their 2nd or 3rd reincarnation, so Renault Sport picking him up. They hope to get some good results from an RQ, but just couldn't. We've got some darkening skies again here in Road America. Has the poor weather conditions from Australia followed us here into the United States? Hopefully not. We surely hope not, because if we do have rain again, the teams definitely would not have expected that. But the gap out front, only 7/10 of a second. We do believe Sanchez will get attack mode. It's only been 2 laps. It's only been 2 laps, and RQ's tyres are already gone. They are already beginning to blister at 61%, and he dives into pit row with Daf Sanchez. So they are both in, both done with their tyres, and it's raining. Akari is off. Further down the order, oh dearie me, that is Carson Thornburg, winner last time out. We've got a blockade here in Road America. Dear me. Oh, Gasly's hit Lam Fong, and Lewis Olsen also involved. I think Lam Fong had a puncture, and that's what's caused the entire incident to unfold as it did. Olsen's got it back pointing the right direction. Nicholas Palomino was so far down the order by the second that happened, and Matty Medvec is still out there on his hard tyres. He is leaving the pack. Daf Sanchez now leads. Andretti got a monster of a pit stop done. Attack mode is deactivated. Gasly serving his pit stop. In comes Nico Palomino. But we are back under the green flags, folks. That is your race leader, Matty Medvets. He's only 7 seconds in front of Dav Sanchez now. And honestly, I think we gotta take a look at this wet racing that we're getting in the ERL as it stands, because we're not seeing a lot of passing in the wet, and of course that's a safety thing, not seeing too many passes. But at the same time, I mean, come on, we'd like to see these drivers fight over position. We like seeing drivers squirm about in the rain and, you know, just slide off the track. That brings out the true champions. But with the ERL 1 package and the minor refinements that were made to it for INDYCAR, that's just never happened. What's happened with this ERL 1 package is the car is so stable in the wet conditions. It's planted in the dry, it's planted in the wet. So even with the spray, the driver can just ask their radio guy, ask the team radio rather, sorry, as in comes Medveds. They can just ask him, how far away am I from the corner, effectively, or just use muscle memory, which is probably what they use more. And that's how they make the turns every time in the wet, even with the spray. So really, these guys are just sticking it out there, hoping for the rain to stop if they want to make any moves. That's kind of boring. Because look at that gap out front, it's 1.3 seconds now. Ray Shen is on the back of an Q. China versus Hong Kong. If you go to China, they say it's China versus China. If you go to Hong Kong, they say it's Hong Kong versus China. One of those is correct, and it's not the one where you've got two of the same country fighting against each other. I like the idea of an independent Hong Kong. Anyway. Ray Shen out there, still up in that third position, and Sanchez slowing as he's heading down the hill, just trying to make that breaking point, because he is the first man to get through this entire lap as it is. He is the one going into uncharted territory and effectively charting it. Palomino, the championship leader, started this race in 17th and is now 7-ish seconds off the race lead. Never have I ever seen such a struggle for a race for a current championship leader, but still, you know, not only is he still the championship leader, he's also still a rookie. Technically, we have seen rookie champions in the ERL before. The only real time where you had a complete rookie to the ERL, and it wasn't because the ERL itself was new, it was like everything was new. That was Kwon Todoroki. Takes INDYCAR Championship in Season 1. No one else has taken a championship in their first attempt before. Could we see that happen today? Or rather this season? The season is, I think, 14 races long off the top of my head. Don't have the calendar on me right now. So, theoretically, this one bad race for Palomino could actually just stop him from running away with the championship immediately after. Because currently the earliest we believe him to be able to win the championship, and that's if he wins the next few races on the bats, is round 10. Which is not bad. Not bad by any means. Does need that 200-point lead-ish. So, yeah, the top four have stayed the same, and in fact gaps are opening up across the field. You can always count on the mid-pack to provide action in the dry weather, but in the wet, they are just kind of following the leader. We're on to lap 9 of 12, folks. And while last time out in Surface Paradise I said, man, I missed these Indy cars, this time out in Road America, ever since the rain started pouring, I think all of the teams just said, okay, hold position, don't try anything too crazy, just keep it clean and get it to the end of the race. And, you know, with the current ERL 01 package, it's easy. Now, when INDYCAR becomes Champ Car, we will still be using the ERL 01 package. But here's the thing, with Ace Championship coming in, here's how everything is currently shaping up. If we do get a new racing game with actual Formula E cars, am I softly announcing something that someone else has been working on? Maybe. If that does happen, that's where Formula E will go. INDYCAR will move up to be using the ERL 02s, and the Ace Championship will be using these very same cars, except with the halos, and so will INDYCAR for safety. And also just reducing drag and dirty air for the cars behind, because what the halo also does, as well as just safety, it also punches a larger hole in the air. It's not as much as an aero screen, but still quite a big hole. And that'll help with following behind the car, even more than what the 01s and 02s do already. So, we've got 2 laps to go with Sanchez leading the pack, leading INDYCAR and Ray Shen. We're gonna get a former Formula E, 1, 2, 3. Sanchez running his last full Formula E series in Season 22, INDYCAR quite a while ago now. I think you have to go back to, I want to say Season 19 for the last time we saw INDYCAR in Formula E. And for Ray Shen, well, he debuted alongside the O2s. He came in Season 22. I think he stayed with Venturi till the end, so I think, yeah, he did debut in INDYCAR in Season 2, so he only had 1 Formula E season, I believe. I don't have all the stats on me. Heading down the hill again with the number 72. And yeah, it is just a beautiful sound from these Indy cars. Seeing the walls lined with black, white, and red. This is going to be the last season that you're going to see that. We've had 4 seasons of INDYCAR. And while the next season of this category will be known as Season 5, it won't be INDYCAR, it will be the Champ Car World Series. So you're going to see a lot more orange, white, and black. So it's going to be interesting. Surely. And here comes a move from Matty Medvets into turn 1 on the penultimate lap. Gets in front of our man Cyril by holding the inside line. He's going to need to hold on to it. As you can see those indicator lights on the back of Medvets' car, using some of that push to pass. Cyril also doing the same thing, heading down into turn number 3. He's going to try and get past Hudson here, and does get past Hudson. Late braking from the number 90 to take 11th position. He's going to have to catch up to the back of Work Loco if he wants points though. And he is 2 seconds off the back of the Hungarian. I don't think he's going to make the pass. I don't think he's going to do it, and that's really unfortunate for Cyril, of course, as they now head up the hill here in Road America for Daf Sanchez. He's only got a lap and a third to go before he can say he's won once again in INDYCAR. He's needed a victory to validate his time in the ERL as a whole for a while now. I think he's about to get it. He's on the precipice of greatness in the rain here as we begin the final lap in Road America. Daph Sanchez leads the pack from INDYCAR and Ray Shen. Then it's Hash Sheldon and Gabriel Bogdan, the current running top 5. The highest place battle. Here comes Bogdan on the rookie in the 54. Defends robustly into turn number 2. And it will be Bogdan in front of the rookie heading down into turn number 3. What can Sheldon say to Gabriel right now? I don't know if he's going to want to make the move down into turn 3. He doesn't make the move into turn 3, and honestly, with the conditions being as poor as they are, the visibility not being too great, I don't think he's going to go for another move. He's lost time. I don't think he's going to do it. But Bogdan is going to hold on to 4th here. Sanchez in another rain-affected race in the ERL INDYCAR series. He's going to do it. He's rising up the hill. Preparing up, winding up for that sharp descent. Half the race was in the dry, half the race was in the wet. These Firestone wet tyres, intermediate tyres rather, you can see how long they've been using them. They are blistering for everyone not named Manny Medved's. But the tyre strategy doesn't matter. On the last lap, coming through the final turns, Sanchez leads by 3 seconds. Sanchez, who debuted in Formula E Season 3, Daph Sanchez, is coming to the line and is back in victory lane. He wins in Road America. INDYCAR second from Ray Shen. Bogdan in front of Hash Sheldon. A great result for the rookie driver. Marino just a couple of seconds back there. Your boy, once again, another good result for a rookie. As we watch O'Quee in the slips, not even in the slipstream, in the spray of Manny Medved's in front. My goodness, there was 9/10 of a second between Colby and Medved's. That could have been a good fight for position there if it stayed dry, but it just didn't. As we see Nicholas Palomino, the championship leader, come across the line in last. Well then, here's your podium. Daph Sanchez taking victory from INDYCAR and Ray Shen. Had a little crazy moment midway through the race. We believe was caused by a puncture, but we don't have all the information on us right now. But yes, Daph Sanchez taking victory. Great victory from INDYCAR and Ray Shen. Quite the top 3 there. Then it's Gabriel Bogdan from Sheldon and Marino from your boy, and Max Sportcar, the top 8 from Miłosz Micah, Weck, Loco. The rest of your point scorers outside of points, you've got Armand Cyril, Dominic Hudson, and countryman Niven Colby from Manny Medved's, O'Quee, Tommy, Pierre Gasly, Akari Lopez, Lewis Olsen, and Nicholas Palomino, with Lam Thong and Carson Thornburg being the non-finishers. After that shockingly poor race for the Spaniard, that gap out in front in the championship is now down to 32 points between Palomino and Borkart. Much more manageable for him, with Ray Shen trying to get into that title fight too. Hash Sheldon and Carson Thornburg, they're tied on 49 points. I was about to say on 4th, but that's not how you use English. They are tied in 4th position on 49 points. Behind them, O'Quee in 6th on 43, 1 point in front of Pierre Gasly, who is 1 point in front of Daph Sanchez after that win. Miłosz Micah is 9th from Bob Marino and Tommy. Then it's Gabriel Bogdan tied with Armand Cyril. Your boy in front of Lam Thong by a single point. Manny Medved and Akari Lopez in a dead heat for 16th. Then it's Colby, INDYCAR, Weck, Loco, Hudson, and Olsen in the constructors standings, heading into the 9th round of the standings. That is the wrong button, not single race. I want to see the championship. Hyperdrive BBX lead the pack on 134 points, and that's 34 more than Andretti Green Racing after their race win today. Aaron McLaren SP is still 3rd from Chip Ganassi Racing and Team Penske. Then it's Power Motorsport tied with Team Penske. I am just saying Penske and Penske however I want. 1 point behind Power is Revolution Racing, who are only 2 points in front of Manthey Motorsport, who, say it with me now, are 2 points in front of Apex Pinnacle. Quite a ways behind you'll find AJ Foyt Enterprise and then Maya Shank Racing. Well then, the ERL INDYCAR Series. Great when dry, the second it gets wet, not so much. We'll see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.